A sudden urge to rewrite a long-forgotten message might collide with the practical need to settle a bank balance today. Happy New Year and best wishes, my dear star children. Distractions seem to multiply just as the pressure to perform at a peak professional level reaches its highest point. The rapid movement of the moon through Gemini creates a mental buzz that clashes with the heavy demands of reality. This Thursday, January 1st, 2026, is marked by a precise alignment where the Sun meets Venus in the discipline sign of Capricorn. Such a configuration highlights the friction between airy curiosity and the cold requirements of long-term structural commitments. Madame Zodiac observes that the tension between a square from Mercury to Neptune and the solid Saturn-Uranus sextile demands absolute mental clarity. Every member of the zodiac faces a unique crossroads where logical deduction must fight against a sea of confusing illusions. Some will find the path to success paved with gold, while others risk stumbling over the invisible hurdles of their own making. My brave Aries! Thursday, January 1, 2026, arrives with a burst of communicative energy that demands your immediate attention. You are standing at the threshold of a year that asks for both speed and strategic silence. Mars in Capricorn at 13 degrees 4 minutes anchors your drive in your 10th house of career. This placement provides a relentless ambition that pushes you toward tangible results rather than mere ideas. You might feel like a mountain climber who has finally found the perfect grip on a difficult cliff face. At this specific degree, the red planet demands that you respect hierarchy while asserting your unique strength. Your energy is disciplined, focused, and slightly intimidating to those who lack your stamina. It is a time for building monuments, not just sandcastles. The moon crosses your house 3, the one of communication, which might make your thoughts race faster than a Formula One car on a straightaway. You will find yourself juggling multiple conversations, perhaps feeling the need to explain your grand plans to anyone who will listen. This lunar transit encourages short trips and quick exchanges that could lead to unexpected breakthroughs. Try to write down your ideas before they evaporate into the Gemini mist. A quick walk around the block could clear the mental clutter that accumulates during this busy transit. Jupiter retrograde in Cancer squares Chiron, suggesting that old family wounds might briefly sting as you try to move forward. This aspect asks you to heal the past so it doesn't sabotage your professional future. Mercury square Neptune adds a layer of fog to your logic, making it easy to misinterpret a simple text message. Even your morning coffee can feel like it's plotting against your focus if you don't stay grounded. Be wary of making final promises today, as the details are likely to shift by tomorrow. The Sun-Venus conjunction in Capricorn shines a spotlight on your reputation, making you appear particularly capable and charming to superiors. This transit softens the hard edges of your ambition, allowing you to lead with grace rather than just force. Celestial recommendation: prioritize clarity over speed in all your interactions today. Double-check your emails for typos that could change the entire meaning of your proposal. For a deeper understanding, consider checking your rising sign and Venus sign as well. To stay connected to your daily horoscope, subscribe, leave a like, and turn on the notification bell. My steadfast Taurus. The dawn of January 1, 2026, highlights your material world and the values you hold most dear. You are being called to evaluate what truly belongs to you and what is merely borrowed. Venus in Capricorn at 9 degrees 50 minutes sits perfectly in your 9th house of expansion and higher learning. This placement brings a serious yet beautiful depth to your philosophies and long-term goals. You are finding pleasure in the structure of knowledge and the beauty of ancient wisdom. It is a moment where your values align with your long-term vision, providing a solid foundation for growth. Your ruler is currently embraced by the sun, illuminating your path with a sense of divine purpose and elegance. This influence makes you look at the world through a lens of refined ambition and quiet confidence. The moon crosses your house too, the one of finances, which brings a restless energy to your bank account and personal resources. You might feel a sudden urge to reorganize your budget or invest in something that promises a quick mental return. This house activation suggests that your self-worth is currently tied to your ability to communicate your value to others. Use this time to negotiate or to simply acknowledge the abundance you have already cultivated. A practical tip is to avoid impulsive purchases that satisfy a temporary curiosity rather than a long-term need. Your patience rivals that of a yogi in traffic, so use that calm to assess your assets. Uranus retrograde in your sign sextiles Neptune, offering a subtle bridge between your need for change and your spiritual ideals. This aspect allows you to innovate without losing your soul in the process. Saturn in Pisces also sextiles Uranus, providing the discipline needed to turn your wildest dreams into concrete reality. You may feel a strange sense of stability even as the world around you seems to be shifting gears. These aspects work together to ensure that your evolution is both steady and inspired. The Mercury-Neptune square warns against signing financial documents without a thorough review by a trusted advisor. Daily advice: focus on the tangible results of your efforts rather than the abstract promises of others. Keep your feet on the ground even if your mind wants to wander toward expensive fantasies. To gain a more complete picture, the rising sign and Venus sign can add useful context. If you want to keep receiving your daily horoscope, subscribing and hitting the bell really helps.
My lively Geminis. This Thursday, January 1, 2026, places you directly in the celestial spotlight as the moon dances through your sign. Your identity and the way you project yourself to the world are undergoing a vibrant transformation. Mercury in Sagittarius at 29 degrees 24 minutes resides in your 7th house of partnerships, emphasizing the power of your words and relationships. This position suggests a need for honesty and a broad perspective when dealing with those closest to you. However, being at the final degree of the sign, your communication might feel urgent or slightly exaggerated. You are seeking the truth in your interactions, but you must be careful not to overlook the nuances. The energy is expansive, pushing you to speak your mind with a boldness that might surprise even you. Your ruler is currently under a cloud of confusion, so take a breath before you deliver a manifesto. The moon crosses your house 1, the one of identity, making you the main character of today's cosmic drama. You are hyper-aware of your physical presence and the impression you are making on everyone you meet. This transit boosts your intuition and makes your emotions more visible than usual, which can be both a gift and a challenge. Use this energy to express your needs clearly and to refresh your personal brand or appearance. A practical tip is to listen more than you speak, even though the Gemini moon makes you want to narrate every thought. The stars advise putting your phone in cosmic mode if the social noise becomes too overwhelming. Neptune in Pisces squares your ruler Mercury, creating a thick fog around your logical conclusions. You might find it difficult to distinguish between a brilliant insight and a mere daydream today. Jupiter retrograde in your 2nd house of values squares Chiron, suggesting a need to heal your relationship with self-worth. These aspects challenge you to find clarity in the midst of a very busy and potentially confusing mental landscape. The Sun-Venus conjunction in your 8th house suggests that deep transformative connections are favored if you can handle the intensity. Cosmic guidance: ground your nervous energy through physical activity or a structured creative project. Avoid making major life decisions until the mental fog of the Mercury-Neptune square lifts. For extra insight, take a moment to look at your rising sign and your Venus sign. Never miss your daily horoscope again. Subscribe, like, and activate the bell.
My intuitive Cancers. Thursday, January 1st, 2026, invites you into a quiet space of reflection and spiritual renewal. While the world rushes forward, your soul is asking for a moment of profound stillness and retreat. The moon in Gemini at 14 degrees 13 minutes moves through your 12th house, pulling your focus away from the external world and toward your inner landscape. This lunar position heightens your dreams and your sensitivity to the collective unconscious. You may feel more psychic than usual, picking up on the thoughts and feelings of people miles away. It is a time for processing the emotions that you usually keep hidden behind your protective shell. Your ruler is curious and quick, even in this hidden sector, leading to a flurry of internal insights. Embrace this period of solitude as a necessary preparation for your upcoming lunar cycle. The moon crosses your house 12, the one of retreat, suggesting that your greatest strength today lies in your ability to step back. You might feel a pull toward meditation, journaling, or simply sleeping longer to catch the messages in your dreams. This transit helps you release old patterns that no longer serve your emotional well-being. It is an ideal time for closure and for finishing tasks that have been weighing on your mind. A practical tip is to create a sanctuary at home where you can be undisturbed by the digital noise of the world. Even your morning coffee can feel like a sacred ritual when performed in total silence. Jupiter retrograde in your first house of identity squares Chiron, highlighting a personal journey of healing and self-acceptance. You are learning that your vulnerabilities are actually your greatest sources of wisdom and power. Saturn in your 9th house sextiles Uranus, providing a stable framework for your spiritual or philosophical growth. These aspects suggest that while you are retreating, you are also building a very solid internal foundation. The Sun and Venus in your 7th house bring a warm, supportive light to your most important relationships, even if you are feeling introverted. Spiritual suggestion: trust your gut feelings over the advice of others today, as your intuition is exceptionally sharp. Allow yourself the luxury of not having all the answers right now. For a deeper understanding, consider checking your rising sign and Venus sign as well. To stay connected to your daily horoscope, subscribe, leave a like, and turn on the notification bell.
My radiant Leos. The sky on Thursday, January 1st, 2026, illuminates your social circles and your loftiest aspirations for the future. You are finding that your personal light shines brightest when it is shared with a community of like-minded souls. The Sun in Capricorn at 11 degrees 4 minutes occupies your 6th house of work and daily routines. This placement demands a disciplined approach to your health and your professional responsibilities. You are being asked to trade your usual theatricality for a more grounded and efficient way of being. The Sun's conjunction with Venus here suggests that you can find real joy in the small, repetitive tasks of daily life. It is a time to organize your kingdom with precision and to take pride in the quality of your service to others. Your vitality is high, but it is a steady, burning flame rather than a sudden explosion of heat. The Moon crosses your house 11, the one of friendships, bringing a social and intellectual buzz to your day. You may find yourself at the center of a group discussion or a brainstorming session that sparks new ideas. This transit encourages you to look toward the future and to consider how your unique talents can benefit the greater good. It is a wonderful time for networking and for reconnecting with friends who challenge your perspective. A practical tip is to participate in group activities that allow you to share your knowledge without needing to be the sole leader. Your charisma is naturally high today, so use it to inspire others toward a common goal. Venus conjunction Sun softens your approach to work, making you a more collaborative and appreciated colleague. Mars in your 6th house provides the physical energy needed to tackle a long to-do list with ease. Mercury square Neptune suggests being careful with the details of any social plans, as miscommunication is highly likely. The Jupiter-Chiron square in your 12th house might bring up old insecurities about your place in the world, but these are merely growing pains. Practical wisdom: balance your hard work with some lighthearted social interaction to keep your spirits high. Don't let a minor misunderstanding with a friend ruin an otherwise productive day. To gain a more complete picture, the rising sign and Venus sign can add useful context. If you want to keep receiving your daily horoscope, subscribing and hitting the bell really helps.
My diligent Virgos. Thursday, January 1, 2026, brings your professional life and public reputation into sharp focus under the Gemini moon. You are standing at a peak where your skills are visible to all, and the pressure to perform is palpable. Mercury in Sagittarius at 29 degrees 24 minutes is positioned in your 4th house of home and family. This placement suggests that your mind is preoccupied with domestic matters or your personal foundations, even as your career demands attention. Being at the very end of Sagittarius, your thoughts on these matters are expansive and perhaps a bit restless. You are seeking a larger meaning in your private life, but you may struggle to express this to those you live with. The square from Neptune to your ruler creates a sense of uncertainty or confusion regarding your long-term plans. It is essential to double-check your facts before making any major changes to your living situation or family dynamics. The moon crosses your house 10, the one of career, making this a high-stakes day for your professional ambitions. You are likely to be noticed by superiors or the public, so ensure your communication is as precise as possible. This transit encourages you to talk about your goals and to seek feedback on your recent performance. It is an excellent time for presentations or for clarifying your role within an organization. A practical tip is to stay flexible, as the Gemini energy can bring sudden changes to your schedule or priorities. Even your morning coffee can feel like a strategic briefing in this high-energy professional climate. Saturn in your 7th house sextiles Uranus, providing a stable yet innovative foundation for your professional partnerships. Neptune square Mercury warns against believing everything you hear in the workplace today, as rumors may be circulating. Venus and the Sun in your 5th house of creativity offer a boost to your artistic projects and personal joy. Jupiter retrograde in your 11th house suggests that group projects may require a second look or a more cautious approach. Strategic advice: document everything important today to avoid confusion later on. Trust your professional instinct, but verify the data before you act. For extra insight, take a moment to look at your rising sign and your Venus sign. Never miss your daily horoscope again. Subscribe, like, and activate the bell.
My elegant Libras. The cosmic energy of Thursday, January 1st, 2026 expands your horizons and invites you to explore new intellectual or physical territories. You are feeling a pull toward the unknown, seeking a deeper understanding of the world around you. Venus in Capricorn at 9 degrees 50 cents sits in your 4th house of home and family. This placement brings a sense of beauty, structure, and tradition to your private life and your living space. You are finding pleasure in the solid foundations of your existence and the enduring bonds of family. Your ruler's conjunction with the Sun illuminates your domestic sphere, making it a place of warmth and renewed vitality. It is a time for beautifying your home or for having serious, meaningful conversations with your loved ones. You are approaching your personal life with the same grace and diplomacy that you usually reserve for the public. The moon crosses your house 9, the one of voyages, sparking a desire for travel or higher learning. You might find yourself lost in a book or planning a trip that promises both adventure and intellectual stimulation. This transit encourages you to share your philosophies and to engage in debates that broaden your perspective. It is an ideal time for teaching, writing, or exploring spiritual practices that connect you to something larger than yourself. A practical tip is to stay open to opinions that differ from your own, as they may hold the key to your growth. The stars advise putting your phone in airplane mode to truly immerse yourself in a new subject or experience. Mars in your 4th house gives you the energy to tackle home renovation or family issues with a direct and determined approach. Mercury square Neptune suggests that travel plans or educational goals might encounter some confusing delays. Saturn in your 6th house sextiles Uranus, helping you integrate new routines into your daily life with surprising ease. Jupiter retrograde in your 10th house of career suggests a period of internal review regarding your professional status and ultimate goals. Harmonious tip: embrace the journey rather than focusing solely on the destination today. Look for the hidden lessons in every conversation you have with people from different backgrounds. For a deeper understanding, consider checking your rising sign and Venus sign as well. To stay connected to your daily horoscope, subscribe, leave a like, and turn on the notification bell. My intense Scorpios. Thursday, January 1st, 2026 dives deep into the realms of shared resources and emotional intimacy. You are being called to examine the invisible threads that connect you to others and the power dynamics at play. Mars in Capricorn at 13 degrees 4 minutes energizes your 3rd house of communication and local environment. This placement gives your words a sharp, authoritative edge that can be incredibly persuasive if used correctly. You are focused on practical results and are unlikely to waste time on idle chatter or superficial small talk. Your drive to understand the mechanics of your surroundings is heightened, making you a formidable researcher or problem solver today. There is a relentless quality to your mental energy that allows you to push through complex information with ease. You are building a solid structure for your ideas, ensuring they have the weight and authority to stand the test of time. The moon crosses your house 8, the one of intimacy, heightening your awareness of the psychological undercurrents in your life. You may feel a strong urge to investigate a mystery or to have a deep, soul-bearing conversation with a partner. This transit also highlights your financial connections, such as debts, taxes, or shared investments, demanding your focused attention. It is a powerful time for transformation and for letting go of emotional baggage that has been weighing you down. A practical tip is to trust your intuition when dealing with financial matters, but always back it up with hard data. Even your morning coffee can feel like a deep meditation on the mysteries of the universe today. Jupiter retrograde in your 9th house squares Chiron, suggesting that your beliefs or philosophical views are undergoing a healing crisis.
Uranus in your 7th house sextiles Neptune, bringing a touch of magic and unexpected insight to your personal relationships. Saturn in your 5th house provides the discipline needed to turn a creative passion into a lasting legacy. The Sun-Venus conjunction in your 3rd house makes your communication not only powerful, but also surprisingly charming and diplomatic. Deep insight. Use your penetrating insight to heal a relationship rather than to win an argument. Be honest with yourself about your financial obligations and take a small step toward resolving them. To gain a more complete picture, the rising sign and Venus sign can add useful context. If you want to keep receiving your daily horoscope, subscribing and hitting the bell really helps.
My adventurous Sagittarians. The sky on Thursday, January 1st, 2026, turns your attention towards your most important one-on-one relationships. You are finding that the mirror of the other provides the most significant lessons for your own growth right now. Jupiter retrograde in Cancer at 21 degrees 17 minutes resides in your 8th house of transformation and shared resources. This placement suggests a deep internal review of your emotional attachments and your approach to intimacy. You are being asked to look inward to find the abundance you usually seek in the external world. The retrograde motion encourages a slower, more reflective pace, allowing you to heal old wounds related to trust and power. It is a time for reassessing what you truly value in your closest bonds and how you manage shared assets. Your ruler square to Chiron highlights a need to address past pains to unlock your true potential for growth. The moon crosses your house 7, the one of the couple, emphasizing the need for balance and harmony in your partnerships. You may feel more dependent on others for emotional support or more inclined to seek their opinion before acting. This transit is perfect for negotiation, mediation, or simply spending quality time with a partner or close friend. It is an ideal time to listen to the needs of others and to find a middle ground that benefits everyone involved. A practical tip is to avoid making impulsive promises, as the Gemini moon can make you agree to more than you can handle. Your patience rivals that of a yogi in traffic when you are truly committed to understanding someone else's point of view. Mercury in your sign squares Neptune, creating a significant amount of mental fog and potential for misunderstanding. Venus and the Sun in your 2nd house of finances bring a favorable light to your earning potential and self-worth. Uranus in your 6th house sextiles Neptune, offering innovative solutions to health or work-related issues. Mars in your 2nd house provides the drive and determination to secure your financial future through hard work and discipline. Bold recommendation: focus on clear and honest communication with your partner to avoid the pitfalls of the Mercury-Neptune square. Don't be afraid to ask for clarification if you feel a conversation is becoming confusing. For extra insight, take a moment to look at your rising sign and your Venus sign. Never miss your daily horoscope again. Subscribe, like, and activate the bell. My ambitious Capricorns. Thursday, January 1, 2026, is a day of immense personal power and practical focus for you. With several planets in your sign, you are the architect of your own destiny, building your future one brick at a time. Saturn in Pisces at 26 degrees 11 minutes is currently moving through your 3rd house of communication and local surroundings. This placement asks you to bring structure and discipline to your thoughts and the way you express them to the world. You are learning the value of silence and the power of well-chosen words that carry weight and authority. The sextile from Uranus to your ruler provides a burst of innovative energy that helps you break free from old, rigid ways of thinking. It is a time for practical learning and for building solid connections within your immediate community. Your ruler is ensuring that your ideas are not just dreams, but have the foundation to become reality. The moon crosses your house 6, the one of work, making your daily routines and health a top priority today. You might feel a restless urge to reorganize your workspace or to start a new, intellectually stimulating health regimen. This transit encourages you to find more efficient ways of handling your responsibilities and to pay attention to the small details. It is an excellent time for problem solving and for checking off the many tasks on your to-do list. A practical tip is to take short breaks throughout the day to keep your mind fresh and avoid mental exhaustion. The stars advise putting your phone in cosmic mode while you focus on a particularly demanding task. The Sun and Venus in your sign make you appear particularly magnetic and capable to everyone you meet. Mars, also in your sign, gives you an incredible amount of physical stamina and the drive to achieve your goals. Mercury squared Neptune warns against being too rigid in your thinking, as some information may still be hidden from view.
Jupiter retrograde in your 7th house suggests that some business or personal partnerships may require a period of review. Grounded advice: use your high energy to tackle the most difficult tasks early in the day when your focus is sharpest. Remember to be kind to yourself as you push toward your ambitious goals. For a deeper understanding, consider checking your rising sign and Venus sign as well. To stay connected to your daily horoscope, subscribe, leave a like, and turn on the notification bell.
My visionary Aquarians. The energy of Thursday, January 1st, 2026, sparks your creativity and invites you to find joy in the most unexpected places. You are being encouraged to express your unique individuality with a sense of playfulness and intellectual curiosity. Uranus retrograde in Taurus at 27 degrees 56 minutes is positioned in your 4th house of home and family. This placement suggests a period of internal revolution and a desire to redefine what home and security truly mean to you. You are breaking free from traditional family expectations and creating a personal sanctuary that reflects your true eccentric self. The retrograde motion allows you to process these changes internally before manifesting them in the external world. Your ruler's sextile to Neptune and Saturn provides a rare balance between inspired vision and practical execution. It is a time for slow, steady innovation that respects your roots while reaching for the future. The moon crosses your house 5, the one of creativity, bringing a lighthearted and expressive energy to your day. You may find yourself drawn to artistic pursuits, hobbies, or simply spending time with people who make you laugh and think. This transit encourages you to take risks in your creative expression and to share your unique perspective with the world. It is an ideal time for romance, play, and for reconnecting with the childlike sense of wonder that fuels your best ideas. A practical tip is to engage in activities that stimulate both your mind and your heart today. Even your morning coffee can feel like a creative ritual when you approach it with a sense of curiosity. Saturn in your 2nd house sextiles your ruler, helping you ground your innovative ideas in a solid financial reality. Mercury square Neptune suggests being careful with how you communicate your creative visions, as they may be misunderstood by others. Jupiter retrograde in your 6th house asks you to review your daily habits and find more meaning in your work. The Sun and Venus in your 12th house suggest that some of your most creative insights may come from your dreams or quiet moments of reflection. Innovative tip: allow yourself to play and experiment without worrying about the final result or the opinions of others. Trust your unique vision, even if it seems a bit ahead of its time. To gain a more complete picture, the rising sign and Venus sign can add useful context. If you want to keep receiving your daily horoscope, subscribing and hitting the bell really helps. My soulful Pisces. Thursday, January 1st, 2026, turns your focus toward your inner world and the foundations of your personal life. You are seeking a sense of emotional security and a deeper connection to your roots and your home. Neptune in Pisces at 27 degrees 13 minutes is currently in your 1st house of identity, heightening your sensitivity and your spiritual connection to the world. You are moving through life with a dreamlike grace, but you may also feel a bit more vulnerable to the energy of those around you. The square from Mercury to your ruler creates a sense of mental fog, making it difficult to express your deep intuitive insights in a logical way. However, the sextile from Uranus and Saturn provides a much-needed grounding influence, helping you navigate the world with both inspiration and discipline. It is a time for trusting your intuition while also respecting the practical boundaries of reality. Your ruler is guiding you toward a profound self-discovery that transcends words. The moon crosses your house 4, the one of family, pulling your attention toward your domestic sphere and your emotional foundations. You may feel a strong urge to nurture your loved ones or to spend quiet time in a space that feels safe and familiar. This transit encourages you to talk about your feelings and to seek a sense of intellectual connection with your family members. It is an ideal time for home improvements, family gatherings, or simply reflecting on your personal history. A practical tip is to create a peaceful environment at home where you can retreat from the noise of the external world. Your patience rivals that of a yogi in traffic when you are dealing with the complex emotions of those you love. Saturn in your sign provides a sense of maturity and the discipline needed to manifest your dreams. Jupiter retrograde in your 5th house of creativity suggests a time for revisiting old artistic projects or hobbies. Mars in your 11th house gives you the drive to work toward your long-term goals within a community or social group. The Sun and Venus in your 11th house bring a warm, supportive light to your friendships and your hopes for the future.
Intuitive guidance: prioritize your emotional well-being and don't be afraid to set boundaries with others to protect your energy. Spend time near water or in nature to help clear any mental confusion. For extra insight, take a moment to look at your rising sign and your Venus sign. Never miss your daily horoscope again. Subscribe, like, and activate the bell.
Thursday, January 1, 2026, begins with a collective push toward intellectual agility and structural reevaluation. The Gemini moon creates a fast-paced mental environment, while the Sun and Venus in Capricorn demand a slow, disciplined approach to material goals. A sharp square between Mercury and Neptune introduces a layer of ambiguity that challenges the clarity of every conversation and plan made today. The general atmosphere is one while the designer for rapid change meets the immovable reality of long-term commitments and existing responsibilities. Success today is not measured by the speed of progress, but by the accuracy of the information processed and the integrity of the structures maintained. Madame Zodiac remains a silent observer of this delicate dance between the airy whispers of the mind and the heavy stones of reality. The cosmic clock continues its steady rotation, offering each individual a choice between the comfort of illusion and the rigor of the truth. A deeper understanding of these celestial patterns awaits those who choose to return to the stars tomorrow. I'll see you every day at 3 p.m. UTC+1 for your daily horoscope.